Okay, this is day 80.5, and it's been a long day. But somebody said, you didn't get the exact day right on the Donald Trump Jr. thing as far as his indictment. I never said arrest, I don't think. And I'm still sticking by it. If Trump had not reacted strongly to that on Twitter and also having a press conference, I do believe the plan is still to indict Donald Trump Jr. and possibly also Jared, if not Jared first. And again, we saw this with Mike Flynn. Now, I'm not saying they're going to arrest him on the street. It's going to be like Mike Flynn. They're going to bring him in and read him the riot act and so forth and try to humiliate him in front of the court. I still believe this is the plan. The whole plan of the Bannon spy ring was to soften up this Trump family. The Trump family has kind of this great image. And I think what you've seen in this information campaign was put Bannon in there, have Bannon grab all this information, do a lot of wiretaps and so forth as well. Now, I'm not saying Bannon was involved in the wiretaps, but you mix it all together and it looks like a stunning indictment of the Trump family. And one of the things you had to do with Don Jr. was make him look like a traitor before you arrested him. Same thing with Flynn. The mistake they made with Flynn is they didn't make Flynn look like a traitor before they arrested him. And so there was a huge, strong reaction to Flynn's indictment. So I think the plan was, hey, we need to take Donald Trump Jr. down and call him a traitor. Steve Bannon did not back off that comment. He said it was now about Paul Manafort. No, he didn't. He said it was about Donald Trump Jr. in that meeting. He tried to change his story, but they were trying to take Trump down to Flynn's level because they made that mistake the last time. And that's exactly why the information campaign in the quote. Now, do I believe Steve Bannon got a $3 or $4 million advance? Do I think Kwok, the ex-Chinese spy, now the billionaire, I wonder how he made his billions laundering money in his casino in Macau. But do I think he took $2 or $3 or $4 million or $5 million to do that? Yes, I do. I don't believe Bannon was involved in the wiretaps, but I do believe Bannon, out of a job, here's $5 million, Steve. Will you say Donald Trump Jr. is a traitor, is treasonous? You cannot back off that comment. I'm just trying to say the reason why they did that is to take Donald Trump Jr. down so they didn't have the backlash that they had when they put a 33-year veteran. Every parent who ever had a son to wear the uniform of the United States saw that as a slap in the face. That he lied about something that was inconsequential, and yet you put him in front of a judge and you threatened him with 5 years in prison, if not more. You disgraced him, and they had to have Bannon take Trump Jr. down before indicting him. That was what I was going on, the pattern I was going on, and I still think that is the plan, and I'll go into why I think that's the plan. Look at the reprisals. Look at the last one I did about Matt Apuzzo going after his children. They're not only trying to find him to alter what he's saying, but looking for his children in these latest text messages. Only the first couple of hundred we've read, and already we're going after reporters' children. Again, McCabe is the one who puts the baby finder. He's the one who puts the baby finder, and he puts the Russian FSB agent and sets up a meeting on June 9th. I had that 450 days ago, guys. Who knew that it was Andrew McCabe 450 days ago that set that meeting up? Who's been talking about the Russian dossier for over 250 days? Who's the one who stood out in front of 1700 Connecticut and said that was the plan? That was still the media. Still the media hasn't covered who Akhmetshin is and who Vetselnitskaya is. One's a Russian baby finder, the other's an FSB agent. I mean, Vetselnitskaya is a baby finder, and Akhmetshin is an FSB agent, and they work for a guy named Katsev, who is the drug runner in Russia. He's the uranium and drug runner in Russia. Still, this hasn't come out. So anyway, I still think I'm ahead of the media on this, and I haven't. I've made mistakes before, but those were not ones that I made. Those were predictions I made 200 to 250 days ahead of the media. And I think the strong reaction by Trump to break in the Camp David Accords, the idea was, I believe, for Pence to keep Trump, busy, keep Trump down, so that they could get a narrative going. And Trump broke the narrative. You could see how pissed off Pence was that Trump broke the narrative and had this impromptu press conference. I think if he hadn't had this press conference, Donald Trump Jr. would have been arrested this Monday when court was back in session. That is my honest opinion. Okay, when they tried this 25th Amendment, it was going to be a 1-2. It was going to be a 1-2 situation. And it just got all broken up by this Camp David meeting. Trump was up front, said, yes, I'm willing to talk, etc. But there was no collusion, no collusion, no collusion. And he got that out. And he also got his scathing response out to Bannon before that narrative took hold. So I think those are the keys. I had to write a quick response of just, there's some YouTubers that come here to try to see, what day I got wrong. I said he was going to get arrested on a Monday. He didn't get arrested till 2 weeks later, or indicted, etc. But I went back and counted all the things I actually got right. McCabe 450 days ago, Gulan 400 days ago, the Awans 300 days ago, Taggart 250, Dissa 200 days ago, the car theft ring 200 days ago. Actually, it was more than that. OPM hack, I got all the OPM hacks right with Huma and the Awans. I got the DNC hacks right. I got the money and data moving from DNC and the NGP van up to Washington, D.C. with Huma. I got that right over 200 days ago. I got the DHS hack right. I got the Fort Belvoir hack. I didn't even write that one down correct with the Awans. So Fusion GPS I commented on earlier. So again, if I miss it by 1 day or 2 days or even a week, it's usually because I'm ahead of the curve. That's better to tell Trump ahead of the curve so that he can get out in front of it. I'm not saying he had the news conference because of me, but it's better to be the guy saying, hey, I think Britain is subject to attack here on June 1st, and I think we should have our air defenses ready, rather than saying it after you are speaking German in London.